Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. And One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. And you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Alright, this is Sentinels. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Well, no, not online multiplayer. Oh, there's someone trying to form a game. Cool, not doing that. We are loners on this stream. But it is OblivAeon week. And we do have this content enabled, so this is going to be pretty fun. Random. Oh, we have Pyre. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we also have a bunch of these environments. Nightlore Citadel from Cauldron. The Lesia Circus from Spooky Ghost Rider Comics. Pyres from Cauldron. It's the Unstable Pyre. Irradiate one non-irradiated card in a player's hand until it leaves their hand. Play an equipment card. Shuffle a Cascade card from your trash into your deck. Cascades are bad. Sure, we'll go. Do it. Jockum! Hey, Sharky. This is the final boss of Sentinels. The end has come, just like old times. Let's turn up the heat. So the top objective is the Enraged Terror Bird. And we have the Arc of Unreality that starts with Progeny. Never the quiet one. And we have Boar! And he plays Global Devastation. Because, of course, he should play that. So we have the Purple Shield. Whenever a hero enters this battle zone, add a token to this card, and OblivAeon deals that hero 2 lightning damage. When there are 4 tokens on this card, flip this card. Cool. On the flip side is the Environment Destruction one. At the start of OblivAeon's turn, destroy an environment card. Whenever an environment card would be destroyed, a player may discard 2 cards to prevent that destruction. At the end of OblivAeon's turn, if there are 3 environment cards in play, remove this card from the game. Cool. This is not an environment card though, right? So he opens by devastating the globe. Yep. Yep. He is, however, dealing half of Boar's HP to himself immediately, so that's nice. You know, it's pretty good. Also, he has +4 damage because there are 4 heroes, so that's great. This is quite a devastating opening, as is to be expected in an OblivAeon game. Okay. So as we said, we have the Enraged Terror Bird, which will remove itself from the game unless we discard a card to redirect its damage, but it does give us Arataki, who redirects hero damage. So Cascade Cards. When this card enters your hand, put it into play, and then, yeah, stuff happens. Generally pretty bad because, actually, are they all just, this is just the one Cascade card? Or just 2 copies of it, rather? Okay. So he deals each hero with irradiated cards in their hand X energy damage, where X is the number of irradiated cards in all hands. But there are some positive effects to irradiated cards, such as, well, we get to play an equipment card, I guess. If 2 of your cards are irradiated this way, increase energy damage dealt by Pyre by 1 until the end of your turn. Deal damage based on the number of irradiated cards this way. Yeah. One player may play an irradiated card now, so that's the exciting one. And we can just play that with Impermanent Solution. So we need to enter OblivAeon's battle zone to get tokens. It seems prudent to want to go to the other battle zone to do that, because we have to exit and leave, or exit and re-enter, basically. There's no guarantee he will stay in his battle zone, no. Scions can move him, he can move himself, but Scion moving we can't really control anywhere. So I'm just gonna move. Take. So if I'm gonna play Particle Collider with my own thing, I'm gonna irradiate a lot of cards if I play that. Actually, a lot of these are things, but deals that hero and each non-hero target X energy damage, where X is the number of cards irradiated. So that would do a lot of AoE. Deal each non-hero target 0 energy damage. So I guess I want to save Atomic Punch until I have a lot of things I can do with it. I think I'm still gonna play Gamma Burst and irradiate a lot of cards. I shall put my own Particle Collider into play. Uh-oh, there's a Cascade. Cascade. I can either draw or discard this card. I will draw it. And if this card is irradiated when you play it, Pyre deals 1 target 3 toxic damage. That's the positive effect there. If this card deals itself damage, it leaves the game though. I would... I want to keep the irradiated cards because I can play them. It's okay, HP's only a number. Next one is Nation in Ruins. There are more hero targets in this battle zone than non-hero targets in the other battle zone. Well, that's not going to happen either way. We just moved to the first battle zone, but 2 hero targets in both battle zones, at least 2 non-hero targets in both battle zones, so this isn't gonna work, but that's something to plan around. And I like Motivational Charge. I don't know that it's going to do that much for us. It can get rid of Aeon Thrall, but Aeon Locust is a bit more dangerous. Do we have a means of... We do have a Cerebral Hemorrhage, and I don't really care about those cards. This is Horus Ra. Yeah, if I do 2 to Aeon Locust, then Visionary can take it out. That seems good. And Visionary. Whenever a hero target deals 2 or more damage to multiple targets in a single turn, deals 1 target 4 or more damage at once, or destroys a target, add 1 token to this card. We're gonna get 3 tokens on this card this turn. Which we need 4. No, we need 5. We need 5. And then this gives us Bloodsworn Exhibition, which is nice to get early for dealing with Aeon Men. Yeah, we're gonna get it this turn. Or not this turn, we're gonna get 3 tokens is what I meant. Yeah, that word. This Aeon Warrior deals damage. Do I want to go for that or the Enraged Terror Bird? We could get the Terror Bird immediately with Fire Blast if I hit it. Although I guess this also, well, this does only one. I guess I could have done damage better then. At the end of your turn, if there are more hero targets than non-hero targets in this battle zone, which I need to actually move battle zones. Whoops. So now this works. 4 hero targets, 3 non-hero targets. That gives us Cursor, which is good. Summon Staff. Summon Staff. Yeah, the only way I can take out the Terror Bird myself is with Fire Blast. And I shall draw 3, discard 2. Imbued Fire. Inferno. Solar Flare. I like these cards. I like all these cards. I'm gonna take out a Living Conflag. And a Flesh of the Sun God, probably. But Ra is set up to do damage. Genebound Ravagers. Scion moves to the other battle zone. There's no Scion in battle zone 1. That's okay. One player may put 1 card from their hand beneath this one. Cards beneath this one are not considered in play. If there are ever 4 times 3 cards beneath this one, this card deals 1 target 15 radiant damage, and those cards are discarded. Oh my gosh, that is expensive. 12 cards are needed. At the end of the environment turn, we may put 1 card beneath this card. Eventually, we can deal 15 damage. Oh my gosh. Is that even worth pursuing? Not when heroes can get incapped, right? Like, the fact that a hero's incap removes cards from beneath this card, I mean, they're not considered in play, but still have to remove them from the game wherever they are. Internet? Internet? Count has internet? No. Reconnection successful. Okay. Welcome back to Dolphin's Dive. Is there a reason for anyone to discard cards? Pyre absolutely does not want to. I don't think I care about this. I just don't care about it. It's too slow. Damage. There's a lot of damage to Cursor, by the way. How much? What was the other effect? No targets are destroyed this way. Move 1 Scion from the other battle zone to this battle zone. Yeah, there are none. This card deals each hero target in the play area with most rewards X energy damage. It's going to be 3 tokens. Pyre does have Arataki. Ra has a Cursor that doesn't have damage reduction anymore because it was used up by the irreducible damage. Deals each hero target in the play area with the most rewards 1 fire damage. Oh, but it's going to be increased because of 3 tokens, yeah. Still fine. This is Arataki's job. Oh, there's he's moving. He's doing bad things. So not only do we not get the tokens on this, but we're also being dealt a bajillion damage. Beep boop. And I hit a button. Whoops. Beep boop. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Obviously we hit higher first because Arataki will take it, and then Arataki goes away. And Aeon Warrior's going away, so the hero with the highest is going to be hit for more. I don't think there's a reason to currently that's a raw. If I hit raw right now, then this would hit higher. Yeah, that seems better. Oh yeah, Cursor also reduces it, and Cursor's going down, so we want Cursor to reduce this on raw. And then the rest is what it is. Oh, but right. Well, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. It's definitely Owl. Definitely Owl. There's no Scion in Battle Zone 1. If I move to Battle Zone 1 to try to do Arc of Unreality, I mean, there's only one Scion play, and then there's only one OblivAeon play, right? So what's going on with Genebound Ravagers? And we're gonna take this on. So give us Cold War, and a lot of these are targets. So it's probably straightforward. So there's no things. None of these things will do things. None of these things will do things. I'm just gonna skip. Aha! Civilian Thorathian. Okay. Move. If there are more hero targets in this battle zone than non-hero in the other battle zone, that's still not happening. Also, this objective is counterproductive towards the Arc of Unreality. But I'm gonna keep it. I mean, Expedition to Atlantis is fine. Nation in Ruins, if we can get it, is cool. I don't want to swap, I don't want to... Do I want to trade? No, that just plays extra environment cards. I mean, this part is beneficial, this part is detrimental, but it's optional, right? So... Heroic Interception kills Legacy, by the way. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna lead from the front. I could play Bolster Allies. I want to do that with more heroes, assuming we can survive. Any chance that we can get Summon the Colosseum before Visionary dies? If she plays an ongoing, she deals 2 damage. In which case she will kill a target. This is doing AoE, this is doing AoE. Which is probably gonna just kill everyone. Unless we use Mass Levitation, but we don't want to. I guess we also have Ra, who has a lot of damage. Maybe. He doesn't have a +1 damage. His Inferno would hit many things, but he doesn't have a damage boost. What do we want to do? potentially the environment takes out itself. Potentially. But it also kills us. I guess I can't really kill the Thorathian millet. Like, I guess the last environment card doesn't kill itself, so it's not gonna take itself out. But we can just use it to take out the Aeon Men at sacrifice of ourselves. The problem with that is then we're not gonna trigger War-Torn Landscape. We're not getting this because we can't change the number of hero targets or non-hero targets in the other battle zone. Would we have gotten it if I stayed in the second battle zone? No, not at all. 6 targets here. Like, if we're all dying, would it be better to take the objectives that we can get? Well, we can't get this. I mean, we can on Visionary's turn. Except Visionary wants to get some in the Coliseum, so no, and that's not happening. Ra could get it. I don't think it's going to benefit Ra, though. Visionary... If Visionary plays Decoy Projection instead? Ugh. If I had some in the Coliseum right now, this would actually be a lot easier. Could I get it if I sacrificed Legacy in the second battle zone somehow? Can I get him to deal enough damage? I don't think I can. It doesn't do enough to kill Boar, right? Because Boar is not a nemesis. Progeny's a nemesis. You could get 4 damage on Progeny, which flips this. And then we can destroy 6 targets with 7 HP, which would be all the Aeon Men, all the environment cards. And then there would be no environment cards in play, so this card flips. Yeah, I think we'll do that instead. Then Atlas Visionary take this objective. If she survives. Oh, nope, don't want to switch battle zones. I guess bolster allies would make more sense. In case, I don't know. Psychic Maelstrom doesn't do much, but hey. Base power on Progeny. Summon the Coliseum flips. Don't mind that Legacy's dying, though. Alright, so then you move, and now you can take on this objective. We're using this reward. So... we're not going to get this turn, but we get this through any means of discarding. I think I do Decoy Projection in case she stays alive. Destroy everything. Is there anyone that can draw this? Assuming they survive, I guess. Well, even if they don't survive, they get it. They regain the reward. At the end of your turn, each player may discard any number of cards. Whenever an equipment card is discarded, add 1 token. When there are 5 tokens on this card, flip this card for the hairdryer. And you have no equipments, and you have 2 equipments, but discards here count towards Expedition. if Rob plays like Living Conflagration, he would draw an additional card and would get the Bloodstone Exhibition in time. But assuming OblivAeon doesn't change battle zones, we're not going to be in the battle zone with things to hit anyway, so I don't know if that is worthwhile. Probably want to play Staff of Ra on him anyway. Hello, Totox. Also, cellular irradiation works really well when we have lots of irradiation things. So this does allow for card draws, although this also results in self-damage. But I don't know. Who's surviving? Visionary is most likely to survive, but Visionary isn't gonna draw this back in time. I'm gonna put on Pyre's deck. At least it slows down the Cascades. We got the War-Torn Landscape, yay! Discard up to 2 cards, but gets... yeah, so we're gonna skip this because we'll just... still operating under the assumption that we're not surviving. Swap. Take. If we do survive, Imbued Fire would be nice. Because that affects many things. Staff might need to be discarded if we want to create Contraption anytime. But it does give 3 HP, in case that's the difference between surviving and not surviving. We don't have anything to hit right now, though, so like it's okay to use my base power here. So everything's just going to be a setup, right? Yeah, I can't even draw a card off this, so... Are there fire? Is there fire damage here? No, it's mostly energy. I'm gonna do Imbued Fire. Sunrise. I don't want Excavation. Not with this Ra. We don't need card draw. Don't think we want Wrathful Gaze either. Blazing Tornado! So, do I want to go for Expedition in case Visionary dies? Oh yeah, I did discard 2 cards off of Ra, didn't I? Ha! Nice. You don't have many equipment, so you can't get Create Contraption just yet. The next one here is to hope for a Dawn, by the way. Like, Legacy is absolutely dying on the Scion turn, if not the Environment turn. I think I do want to get this just so we can keep getting objectives, even though there are like many ways to have discards happen in other ways. So let's have Ra discard the Staves of Ra. Did I have a Summon Staff in my hand? No, I drew one, didn't I? I drew 4 cards this turn, so it had to be a Staff. I'm gonna keep the others. Visionary can discard. Mass Levitation for sure. Prophetic Vision. We get the Expedition, and now everything else is only for equipment, so we don't care about the rest. Freedom Fighters. Well, that's dangerous. No Scion. Reveal cards from the top of the environment deck until a target is revealed. Starlight of Stuffs. Okay, so what's happening here? When this card enters play, assemble the council. When this card enters play, reveal cards from the top of the environment deck until a target is revealed, put into play, and discard the other revealed cards. If Starlight of Oros was put into play this way, she deals each other target 1 psychic damage, then destroy this card. So she was put into play. Starlight of Oros, Night Lord Trader. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each hero target 2 infernal damage and each other environment target 2 psychic damage, then each villain target next to a constellation regains 4 HP. Oh my gosh, this actually combos with frickin' Starlight. Frickin' Starlight. Frickin' Starlight. Also, Boar has powered up. Yay! And Legacy's dying. Bye, Legacy. Alright, we hit random. Random gives me Haka. Do not fight the end. None shall survive to remember. No matter what happens, my friends, it is an honor to fight beside you. Sorry, I have to read fast because that goes by too fast. We can move to the first battle zone because the Scions are Scioning. No damage was dealt that way. Alright, cool. Boar is now in our battle zone. Great. What could possibly go wrong? Deal each target. No targets removed. Of course. OblivAeon is moving to the... Oh, man. Fine, then. We're not going to get this objective flipped because OblivAeon keeps moving. If I had left Haka in the second battle zone, then he would have been hit by OblivAeon, but oh well. This shield is one of the worst ones because OblivAeon moves himself most of the time. Also, Boar is gonna be blowing up, and Progeny is terrible. We're moving to the second battle zone. We're just gonna keep doing this until we get it, because I don't think there's... Alright, so move any number of cards from my player to my hand if 2 cards with powers on them are moved. This has a power on it, but we don't have any other powers. We have any in our trash. We have an equipment in our trash that's a power, but... it does not share a keyword with a card in my hand. It's not actually the Boar shield, right? It's the Progeny shield. It looks like the Boar shield, but actually Progeny moved to Battle Zone 2 and Boar moved to Battle Zone 1, so actually they flip-flopped. But hey, John. Yeah, the Scions have played Relentless Hunter twice after we moved Battle Zones, so they moved Battle Zones. And OblivAeon has also changed Battle Zones in many different ways. Because OblivAeon be OblivAeoning. It's okay, our countdown's at 3. There's nothing wrong with this. Also, Haka is here. Haka has Enduring Intercession, Haka of Battle, and 2 Punish the Weaks. That is a really good start for Haka. He does have a Haka card. Cool. Power, draw, increase damage dealt by heroes by 1. Nice, that's a galvanize. Your audio, so you guessed. Okay. Yeah, so there's no heroes here again. Progeny has -5 damage right now, so all of our efforts are going towards Aeon Men for the moment, if we care. Top card of our deck is actually a Buzzhorn Exhibition, fun fact. But we don't get to play it. We do not have Thermonuclear Core. Thermonuclear Core, when this card enters your hand, select one non-irradiated card in your hand, irradiate that card until it leaves your hand. At the end of your turn, one player with no irradiated cards in their hand draws a card, irradiate that card until it leaves their hand. But it is not in play. So we can play Cellular Irradiation to use a power and draw a card. But actually, if I did that, I can irradiate a card and then that would increase the number? Would that work? I'm not doing it because that would increase it to deal themselves 2 energy damage, which is wrong. Also, the help text is funny because Haka, Visionary, and Ra are not in this battle zone, but that's fine. Each time you use a power during your turn, other than the first time, this card deals up to 3 targets 2 cold damage each. At the end of your turn, you may use a power. There's no reason to use this. I guess it does come with Cold War was the thing, but there's no reason to use this just yet because we don't have the stuff. We are probably dying though. Probably. I think I'm just gonna play this irradiated thing. Doesn't increase my damage, but it does hit Aeon Locus. I can play an irradiated card now. I guess actually I could have moved a one-shot from my trash into my hand. Maybe that would be a bit better. One shot. Alright, it selects it and makes it, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, it's fine. I do not want this in my hand, so this is going into my hand. It's irradiated. Deals 0 damage. But I can now play an irradiated card. But I don't know that I want to. Very exciting. End of turn power. This shuffles a Cascade from my trash. Oh boy. Oh boy. Deal up to 3 targets, 2 cold each. This. The Night Lord Trader. Sure, go away. You're hitting heroes. You're bad. Oh yeah, it's 3 targets too. Here, Aeon Thrall, take some damage. I could return this to my hand, but I'm gonna wait in case Pyre survives. Second battle zone. Hey! We do get this immediately. And actually, this is a good excuse for Punish the Weak, because this lowers my damage. Am I playing this? I guess I could play Enduring Intercession to keep, like, Pyre alive. How risky is that in this environment? Players will now play cards that share a keyword with the last hero card that entered play. That sounds terrible. Urgent mission. There are lots of things there. I'm gonna do Haka Battle just to draw more. And discard Enduring Intercession. Increase the next damage by Haka by 1. Rampage. That's a nice one. Oh, right. I don't want Haka's next damage to be increased by 1. Just kidding. We'll increase Cold War's next damage by 1. Or is this... Oh, right. It was... Select the target, right? So... With Tomoko, Enduring Intercession might be okay. I don't know. I'm gonna discard Punish the Weak this time just to change it up. Haka deals himself 3 damage. Infusion of power. Actually, that's really nice with Haka. Nice. Yes. Take. Always be taking objectives. But we're not discarding an equipment card is the thing. Psychic Maelstrom is good. Haka's still alive. Or not Haka, Ra's still alive. We do not have an ongoing in play. If I were to play Inferno, that would hit many things, but on the other hand, we can't really hit Progeny anyway, so we're just gonna do that. Alright, we do not have a power. We could put Precog into play. I guess that's actually good. That's actually good. Rest the Mind also would be good. Redirecting damage to Progeny. Telekinetic Cocoon to keep Visionary alive. That's a bit slow. Control the Scions. This is 1 into play and 2 into the trash. Or 2 into the bottom, right? So... Sign with the lowest deals hero target with the highest. Aeon Mendek. Well, actually, this is going to be Battlezone 1's play anyway, so if we do Relentless Hunter, that is going to move Boar into Battlezone 2, which I don't think is good. We don't want Aeon Men in the battle zone with OblivAeon. Wave of Oppression is okay. Destroy 1 non-target environment card. There is unlikely to be one. This will actually destroy environment targets because Boar has a bajillion plus damage, so I guess it's Wave of Oppression. And we'll put Relentless Hunter on the bottom or something in case it's relevant. Haka does not have equipments. You do not have equipments. So either we keep trying to create contraption or we push for Hellion instead. Which Hellion right now would take out decoy projection. It would hit Pyre, but Haka has the Apex, so he has a damage reduction. Actually, with Apex and Talmoko, Enduring Intercession is really good. I think we'll put it on Pyre. So I don't want to swap. We could swap for Digital Age. Each equipment from my deck gains the keyword Mechanical Golem. That means that Staff of Ra is now a Mechanical Golem. It's actually unlikely for it to work. But if it does work, it's cool. And it puts a Staff of Ra into play. Maybe? Unless I put it into play with someone's staff. Actually, if I do that, it makes it unlikely. I'm gonna trade, though. That seems... We could trade with Pyre instead. Right. Do we have cards with Pyre powers? Yeah, we do have Imbued Fire. We could get to Hope for the Dawn now. Just to keep getting objectives. I guess not. I guess Pyre would still have an objective. If I do that and I put Staff of Ra into play, I could bring it back to my hand. But it doesn't take out Aeon Thrall. Is that okay? Aka can take the damage. Yeah, he's fine with that. Another imbued fire. So I don't want to lose those cards, so we will Sunrise again. Ra has a thick hand. Flame Barrier is dangerous in an OblivAeon game. Imbued Fire, we already have one, and it's going to return to my hand anyway. Thorathian Military. Oh, Boar's blowing up. Actually, that means that the Scion is gonna... The Scion play is actually just the one that we put in Battle Zone 2. So which one is that? That means each player is discarding a card. I remember that one. Destroy one non-target environment card. The Scion with the lowest HP deals each non-villain target 2 psychic damage. Each player discards 1 card. That does destroy this card. Oh no, but it doesn't, because never mind. The Scion gets replaced, so it doesn't actually do anything. So this is the lamest Boar. Boar just blows up to kill the military, basically. Oh well. Oh, hi, Voss. It's one of those games. It does remove a devastation token, except now we have a devastation token. So it balanced it balanced itself out. Everything's balanced as it should be. Okay, when this card enters play, it deals each villain target 2 radiant damage. If Starlight of Oroso's in play, this card deals each hero target 2 cold damage instead. At the end of the environment turn, destroy this card. So hey, that kills the Aeon Thrall for us. Planned. Still not doing this. Hey, a target was destroyed this way. What was the effect if... Oh, this is OblivAeon's trash. If no targets are destroyed this way, move 1 Scion from the other battle zone to this battle zone. However, that decoy projection was going to save Visionary. Whoops. So what is more important here? Digital Age or Create Contraption? Neither hero is likely to survive, right? Especially with OblivAeon moves Battle Zone, so this is kind of a moot point. Visionary does have another decoy projection and does have a suggestion in case we can control OblivAeon, but she can't get Digital Age. Pyre currently can't get Create Contraption unless maybe the new hero has equipments. Otherwise was going to take Hellion. Has a bunch of irradiated cards but doesn't have much setup. Does have Cold War, but other than that, not much. I'm going to hit Visionary. Visionary has the Atlantean Conduit. For what good that does. Progeny also does more damage. Whoops. Oh, right. That was the target with the lowest, target with the second highest, target with the highest. Okay. Random. Hey, it's Tachyon. Gotta keep pushing. Reality incursion being reported from every sector. Facts, preliminary results. Base Tachyon, even. No equipments. She does have equipments, but they're not there. I could just move to Battle Zone 1, can't I? Whenever a hero enters this battle zone. Yeah, we can just get a token that way. Bajillion damage, but we get a token. Yay! Okay, and OblivAeon doesn't move battle zones either. So we do flip the Arc of Unreality at least. Aeon Men. Actually, those Aeon Men are immediately getting destroyed. Good job. And actually, oh my gosh, Devastation tokens? That's not good. So basically, bad stuff is happening. Bad stuff is happening. Countdown's on 2, by the way. We have to somehow... I don't think we're getting this. First off, OblivAeon is destroying an environment. Second off, there's no way to get 3 environment cards in play at the end of OblivAeon's turn after he destroys the environment. Oh my gosh. That's unfortunate. Maybe he moves battle zones. That's our only bet. This does sacrifice Pyre. Pyre has 3 rewards. That was nice. I cannot take this objective. What? Alright, what are my incaps? One player may discard an irradiated... We don't have that. Select a target. That target is immune to damage during the next environment turn. Or one player may draw a card now. Well, the only target is Tachyon. Tachyon card draw is probably the best. Hypersonic Assault, but it's not gonna work. Wait. Oh! Wait. Oh, right. I also get my incap phase because I don't have an active hero. This is weird. Okay. Tachyon can draw a card. Now we have an equipment card, but we lost the effect that would care about it. Womp womp. Random. Night Miss. We're getting lots of vanilla stuff here. There are many who can help in other realities. I will become the gateway to bring them through. I think you should move battle zones, though. Get the heck out of Dodge. Unfortunately, Haka's gonna be sacrificing himself, too. Ground Pound would be nice right now. Definitely take Hellion. At the very least, OblivAeon destroys it, and we immediately get a reward. Free rewards are best rewards. The same is going to be true of Red Menace. Actually, Tachyon can move away from that battle zone. If Tachyon had drawn a Synaptic Interruption, she would be able to redirect OblivAeon's damage and be able to safely stay in Battle Zone 1. It's a bit unfortunate. I don't think it makes sense to really hit anyone here. I could try to whittle down Empyrean. I don't think I don't think OblivAeon will be able to take it out. Voss is doing 13, 14, 14, 12 damage. 12 damage to it. If it could somehow do 18 damage to it, that would potentially be worth. I forgot that Hellion is in play, because otherwise that screws up the damage. Guess it's really the best bet. Then it's this. And we can play Haka shielding and give Tachyon a damage reduction. Or 8. Might as well, because Haka's not surviving. Pending the event. Oh, actually. There goes. Oh well. It doesn't matter pending the event. Okay, so yeah, Tachyon doesn't stay in that battle zone because she can't survive. Reclaim Atlantean conduits? Or take on Red Menace? Ra could just take Red Menace and get it immediately. Bud Goggles, Lightning Reflexes into Atlantean Conduit. Do I want Hypersonic Assault here? The problem is we can't hit Progeny. We do get another power, so actually I have no fully research grant. And I want to keep that. Nice. And I will draw 2 and discard 1. We can discard Sucker Punch. Ra will move. Thereby doing that, we'll take this. Do we still have... We don't have. We discarded it. We had a Flesh of the Sun God. We discarded it. Otherwise, we'd be immune to this effect. No environment cards in play. Staff of Ra is not really going to help us. Other than the fact that Haka's going to be dealt a bajillion damage. Unless I play Staff of Ra, in which case Ra is being dealt a bajillion damage. And then this doesn't matter. I'll throw it at Empyrean. Hey, Seamus. Red Menace goes off. Yeah! That'll show him. Scorched Earth has shown up. And Hawk is still higher. Whoops. Gene-bound Ravagers. Hits Empyrean. Empyrean hits Red Menace. Red Menace hits Empyrean. Sign with the highest HP deals damage. So Haka's gone. And actually this does let OblivAeon take out Empyrean, which is nice. Empyrean has flipped. Which means that Haka's also gone. Or not Haka, Ra's also gone. Oh, we didn't get the objectives then. Poop. Oh, that's annoying. We didn't get the objectives because they didn't survive. Womp womp. Alright, well, random. You get Knife, Rogue Agent. I done the can what made you think we'll be prepared, the bigger they are and all that. That is not a Scottish accent. I don't know how to do a Scottish accent. Get the heck out of Dodge. And you, it's Charlie. No, it's Tucker. This is Tucker. We have Tucker here. I knew it wasn't Charlie. I was just making fun of John there. So this is the one that says Tucker deals a target one irreducible radiant damage. You may play a trick shot card. We don't have trick shots in our hand yet, though. Get the heck out of dodge. Environment says villain targets are dealt damage. No. If Atheum Cannon is in play, put the top card of one hero deck beneath it. Sure, that's acceptable. I like free cards underneath it. Let's take a knife card. That's what I was hoping for, was for random effects to also add cards, because doing this across 3 rounds would just be terrible. More Aeon Men, because why not? $18 tokens. Oh my gosh, that's kind of terrible. We're already halfway back towards destroying another environment. You destroyed a Scion, though, so that's good news. That removes a Devastation token. I don't know what the effect was, but we didn't get it, because of course we weren't going to get it, because we're not going to be in this battle zone. Aeon Master is hit, so Aeon Master plays a card, which is fine, because that one does nothing. And then more Scions, and more Aeon Men that he'll immediately destroy. So HP recovery and extra card play. That one's unfortunate. So let's do this one first. And then we destroy this. Adds a Devastation token. Moves the countdown one, so awesome. Awesome. Let's not destroy our environment because we're not in that. We don't want to be in that battle zone. This is currently in a state of being destroyed, by the way. I don't think that counts. So this happened while he was in the process of destroying an environment, right? No, wait. Did it stop the rest of the damage? I don't know. I guess I hit everything already. Did I? I don't know. No, it was... Right, the end of turn when he was immediately destroying the environments. Right, so... Yeah, okay. We'd already processed the end of turn damage, right? I think so. Did I? I don't know. Well, this one's fine. That's a Devastation token, and we're getting even more. Only one environment left. 11 Devastation tokens. What could possibly go wrong? Bloodsworn Exhibition right now is a good idea for Battlezone 2, but also Battlezone 1 is where the fun's at. If we take out Aeon Master, we destroy the Aeon Men, so that's... The annoying thing, though, is... There are 11 Devastation tokens. But if we kill Aeon Master and Faultless, we get down to 9, in which case the Devastation token that Progeny adds doesn't do anything. So yeah, we have to go to Battlezone 1 and do stuff there. And... Yeah, Bloodsworn Exhibition doesn't work for that. Cold War, maybe? This is the annoying part of the game where regaining rewards is slow. If we kill Faultless, though, we do get extra powers. But none of these are powers, alright, so that doesn't help. This obviously doesn't do anything right now. And these don't do anything. It's going to be one of these instead. Cold War doesn't work just yet. Arataki would keep Night Mist safe, I guess. The only thing that really does anything. Control the top of my deck. Heedless Lash, or Heedless Lash into Star Shield Necklace. Maybe? Alright, move. How much can we do? Power, draw, increase damage. Draw, power, increase next damage. We have Apex of Humanity. And your power puts cards into play. We do have this, which allows us to do stuff. Okay, so let's regain. Except not play that right away. For the greater good. Draw. Play. Bottom deck myself. It's not a power, but it is something. Nemesis. Nice. Yes. You don't grant extra stuff. Although you do have an incap that does it. So yeah, you can take it, that's fine. You have 2 plays. Hypersonic Assault would make OblivAeon not deal damage, but we want him to deal damage unless we can't kill a Scion, mainly. Talker deals a target 1 sonic damage. That target deals itself 2 irreducible psychic damage. Damage dealt this way cannot be redirected. If a hero takes damage this way, the hero may draw a card, play a card, or use a power. Imagine Voss dealing himself 11 irreducible damage. Or it's 13 actually, isn't it? Doesn't say damage. Doesn't say damage has to be dealt this way. It just says damage dealt this way cannot be redirected. So that target deals itself damage. Tempting to do that on Voss, but Aeon Master would be the easier target. I think I start with Nimble Strike, or with Quick Insight. Pushing no limits. Nimble Strike. Lead a foot. Okay, cool, exciting stuff here. Let's discard a Nimble Strike. Let's keep a Synaptic Interruption. Nimble Strike, I think I need to hold on to hit Aeon Master with. Fleet of Foot, obviously keep. I guess I am discarding Synaptic, even though it would be really nice to redirect a big damage instance from OblivAeon. Fleet of Foot. So now we don't. The Night Mist's top deck is actually weird now. We don't know anything about the top deck. It's gone. It's dead, Jim. Another Hypersonic Assault. Then we did Pushing the Limits. Nimble Strike. Not worried about the Aeon Men. Ooh, Quick Insight's good. I'm gonna keep it. And then draw 2, discard 1. Okay. Lots of stuff to play with. Discard Sucker Punch, though. Okay. Move. Guess you have rewards. Devastating Roar actually would do enough damage. In which case I should have done the hit on Faultless. Yeah, okay. So now I have to go back to this thing. Okay. We'll do better. We'll do better. Oh yeah, these put tokens on Orchestrate the Void, that's right. I think I discarded Synaptic, didn't I? Right, I had to hold on to the thing. Never mind, I already screwed up. I already screwed up. 1 damage on Faultless, and then the 3 and 3 on Faultless takes out Faultless. Right, so one of these, and then that one, and then this. Tachyon is a card drawing machine right now. Regain. Oh no, an Aeon Man. Anyway. Tachyon is the best person for this. 1 irreducible radiant and you may play a trick shot. The focus is OblivAeon, even though this is irreducible, so it could go to Voss. Softball-sized hail. Deal each target 2 cold damage. If any environment targets are dealt damage this way, destroy 1 building card. Okay. Damage. 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 Powers. So, trick shot. You did get a trick shot. Select a target, increase the next damage dealt to that target by 2. If this card was played by one of your powers, one hero may use a power. Cool. I think if we do knife on Tachyon, there's still a fleet of foot in here. That would trigger Orchestrate the Void in case we want that. And then a new objective, maybe. Tachyon, yes. Also, I suppose we could have let Tachyon draw cards first. But it's okay. So this shield's still active, but it doesn't really have a negative effect, right? It's like the one shield that if it stays in play, it's okay. This is the only power Night Mist has. Do still have the thing. Heedless Slash. We do have a 4. We could discard the Call Forth 4 to draw 4 relics. In which case it doesn't really matter what's on here. They're gonna get removed or redirected. Just leave it like this, I guess. Put Tome on second position, I suppose. Let's reveal the top card of your deck. Wait, we know what it is. No, don't discard that. Whatever. This was played by a power. So I also get to draw 2, discard 1 is the only other power left. That's why it didn't really matter. I could have done it so I could actually oh boy. So I could have actually discarded the top card of my deck. That wasn't the thing. It's okay. No damage was dealt. So this can just be destroyed. Damage. By Faultless. That also added devastation tokens? Ew. But he's blowing up an environment again, so we're gonna hypersonic him this turn, I guess. Hit Night Mist first because of our Ataki. It's going away. The rest doesn't matter. Stay here. You really need to have another power. T-Rex spot? T-Rex spot, right? Discard equipments or golems. Oh yeah, we have equipments. Oh yeah, we have equipments. Also Star Shield necklace. Also, this is equipments. I say T-Rex, but like it's a question and not a fact. That's just like your opinion, man. I will take the mist form. Put OblivAeon second from the top. OblivAeon, not OblivAeon. OblivAeon. There's this weird syndrome called OblivAeon syndrome, where when you play against OblivAeon, all of a sudden this card is also called OblivAeon. So, we could also discard HUD goggles. Right as well, this one's not doing anything. You just have to discard 3 cards. I think we want to hold on to Night Mist cards, so we move Focusing Conduit Blades. Does Tucker want to discard an equipment? Nah. Your guns are cool. No. You do not have an ongoing objective right now. I mean, last wager for card draw is okay. Could also put the galvanize effect out. Just to speed up the fight. Fairly sure we're just hypersonic assaulting this turn. Yeah, let's take it on, just to get it out. Things in a hero's closet. Tights, #1 answer! Alright. Since we do have the Apex and we get HP recovery off it, I'm gonna put Overdo It in play. And then you have it. Always Tachyon, right? Because it's always a burst or not a burst. Do we need to destroy anything? There's nothing in play to destroy other than our own things. Choose for me. Each player who discarded may draw. This combos with other things, of course, but we don't have those things. Devastating Aurora! Meh. Who needs HP? One shot. One shot. Alright! Last feature's accomplished! Woo! Meager winnings. No. When target deals itself 1 psychic damage, each player may discard a card. Any player that does draws 2 cards. Select a damage type until the start of your next turn. Increase all damage of that type by 1. Definitely take this one. Does Tachyon want to reshuffle, honestly? I don't think Tachyon wants the self-damage, though. You do have a Pushing No Limits in my hand. But we do have 4, 8, 12? No, 10, sorry. 10 cards already. You could just go all out. This is already at 13, so it's actually a pretty good number. I think push. Actually, no, not that. Quick insight first, just in case I draw like a Fleet of Foot or something to play Pushing the Limits off of it. Although I think we found the last one, didn't we? I don't know. Or no, not Pushing the Limits, or not a Fleet of Foot, but a 2-card play thing. Doesn't matter. Burst. Burst. Push. Lightspeed. Oh, I guess I drew a Lightspeed Barrage off that. I can play it off of Virtuosos and then do this. Okay. Oh, I didn't do Hypersonic yet, though. Awkward. I just have to do it off Virtuosos then. In which case I should have done Hypersonic last, or Lightspeed Barrage last, that is. This doesn't matter at all. Oh, I could play Lightning Reflexes, right? I did draw the Lightning Reflexes. I didn't notice it because I literally just drew it. I said it didn't matter because it's right there. But it gets drawn immediately, and then I can use it. Tachyon Lightning Reflexes. But then I do this. Doesn't hit Voss. Boss is going after Night Mist, that's fine. One hero target deals one target 2 energy damage. Is there any positive effects anywhere? There's a +1, yeah. There's a +1 there. So knife does it. HP is good. Alright, now 4, 4, 2, yeah, so just Tachyon. Doesn't discard for this, but shuffles for this. This also allows for a card play. Okay, cool. Either that or you do 3 and 3. Tachyon could do mist, or not Tachyon. Night Mist could do mist form so that Voss's damage bounces. I could just do Amulet instead, though. I think that makes sense to do Amulet. I mean, it always makes sense to do Amulet. Not even a question. I say it like it's a question. It's not a question. Hey, it's the OblivAeon shard. Awesome. Who wants it? Tachyon would be the best. Fairly sure. Especially because she can redirect her own damage. So I think we put it on Tachyon. Plus she likes to get burst, so we will leave that for Tachyon then. Is there any reason to want to take this? I don't think so. Move a card from the villain trash to the top of the villain deck. Oh my gosh, that's really powerful. So I want to do that instead. The problem is a lot of these cards are pretty bad. Like, I guess OblivAeon's not dealing damage though, so it's fine. But I think we could just do that next turn or something. It's better if there was an ongoing card we could move, because it doesn't do anything. Let me see if this works. I'm curious about this. Yeah, it does work. Oh, but it's not increased. Ah, damn it. For some reason I thought Voss had an increase step based on devastation tokens. He doesn't. His damage dealt is based, but he doesn't have the damage increase. Never mind. Up to 2 players may put an equipment card from their trash into their hand. You may search your deck for an equipment card and put it into your hand or into play. That's pretty nice. So we did just discard equipments, but we don't need them back just yet. It would be pretty nice for Night Mist to get equipments back for amulet purposes. I just do Cursor? I think so, right? Because that benefits T-Rex bots, so... We don't have a trick shot, so that effect just does 1 damage. When this card enters play, deal each target 2 projectile damage and destroy 1 hero ongoing card. Well, them's the breaks. Thank you, Cursor. Nah. Well, pushing the limits is probably just getting destroyed again anyway. When Tachyon's at single digits, I don't like keeping it out. Oh no. Really? You're destroying Tachyon like that? Well, at least T-Rex bot goes off many a time. It's unfortunate though. Also, we were gonna redirect this damage, except now I can't. Because I already used up the first damage this turn. Womp womp. Bye, Tachyon. Also buy all the damage preventions that we had in your hand. To survey the darkness and guard the light, this we pledge! This is Nightlore Council, Starlight of Terra, Starlight of Acheron, Starlight of Cryos 4! Oh boy, it's Sentinel's Redux. Discard a card, search your deck for a copy of Exodus and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Play a Constellation, one Starlight deals one target, one radiant damage. This Starlight deals herself 2 irreducible cold damage. If she takes damage this way, play 2 Constellations from your trash. Also, this is the environment that cares about constellations. Cool. Cool. No. That was an annoying turn. Destroy 2 environment cards. Destroy Constellation, maybe? I don't know. It does synergize with Starlight, but it does also synergize with this environment. This card deals one of those targets 2 melee damage, and the other target regains 2 HP. Oh my gosh. I will keep the one that actively says deal villain targets damage. I guess I could have destroyed the thing I'm not using anyway. You can just be destroyed. No damage was dealt. We're now at Omnitron 4. No heroes were moved this way, so you're moving to the other battle zone. You now can deal damage. Alright. Yes. Okay. Well, Tachyon's gone, which means all the setup's gone. I like that it looks like Starlight has 0 HP. Because it's a weird thing. Do you all have incaps as well? It's acting like this is a skyscraper, by the way. It's funny. You have a lot of stuff you want to get back, like Virtuosos. We'll just take this on Night Mist. Tempted to Mist form. Just because I don't have much faith. It would be better to just be more active, right? So put the Star Shield necklace out, because then we get hit points off that, I suppose. Okay, Master Magic is good. Mistfield Recovery. Always be hitting OblivAeon? Also, we can't destroy any more environments, or we lose. I think I want to keep the Tome of Elder Magic, honestly. In case I can do more than one power. Move. Take. One hero target regains 1 HP. T-Rex bot! Start a turn play. Increase energy damage. So now this does a lot of damage. That also does more damage too. But we want lots of things. Crouching currently has a -1 though. We'll do energy burn on OblivAeon. And then try to do more damage myself, so sure, that's pretty good. Yes. Yes. Night Mist is a no. Yes. That's a really good objective. I want Virtuosos, though. OblivAeon now can deal damage. Alright. Search your deck for a copy of Exodus. Draw a card, or search your trash and deck for a Constellation card, put into play, then shuffle your deck. You may play a card. Cool. I also have one in my hand. I will discard. What's your decks? Only my deck, eh? Let's discard this. Get an Exodus. However, Starlight would deal damage to a hero target next to a constellation. Instead, the target regains that much HP. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Incidental contact time? No. That's gonna hit a lot of the Starlights. Amplify combatant time? Or does Night Mist put out something? Or do we play an Exodus? Because we can combo all my Exodai. So all the constellations, other than the fact that they are different shapes, because of course constellations, they all say play next to a target. If the target loses play, destroy this card. So I can play all the constellations, but then what? I mean, I would want this in play before I put it, because the constellation says, I guess not that, but its effect whenever a constellation enters play next to a target, Starlight deals that target 1 energy damage, but also whenever Starlight would deal damage to a hero target next to a constellation, blah blah blah. I think I just want damage. I want damage. Another energy burn. And then Knife is doing the most damage right now. This also gives us OblivAeon Shard. So move. And we can get this on the wrong target. We want this on Night Mist, right? It's just going to be an incapability. Draw a card, destroy an ongoing card, move a card from villain trash to the top of the villain deck. So you don't want to move the countdown down by one, that's for sure, but the other ones are also not pretty good. We want a devastation token. We don't, because this plays a card. This has a devastation token, but it also does more damage. I think that's a bit risky. But what's still on your deck that would be worse? Literally everything that's also in the trash right now? I just don't think I want you to deal damage because we're already getting the end of turn damage right now, so I'm just not gonna do those things. We'll just hope he plays an ongoing card. We could control the Scion play on Battle Zone 1. Voss is not in this Battle Zone, it's just Progeny, that's cool. Scion deck. We could play Certain Finality, and then there is no Scion turn. But then OblivAeon adds a Scion here on his turn anyway. I'm just gonna go with a lame card draw. So Starlight has cards to play, Tucker probably has cards to play. Night Mist would like cards, but so would Knife, I don't know. I want the increased melee damage card. Alright, am I ever gonna play a handgun? Do we want equipments? Did Night Mist discard equipment? She did. Yeah, I think we could do that. Oh, right, yeah, it's only one. I don't know why I thought it was two. It's 2 targets, but 1 card. It's fine. I would like to, yes. How many trick shots do we have right now? 0. Let's just do this one. I can draw cards off of it, which I like. Trick up her sleeve. Are we winning yet? Techno Pursuer. Yeah, that'll show Voss. Devastation token. No damage is dealt this way, no damage is dealt. Enraged. Good. Give him more HP, yes. Heals the 2 non-villain targets with the highest HP 3 rating at each. Awesome! Ooh. We could... Yeah, we can leave... We can... Well, wait, is this getting destroyed? It's gonna get destroyed by OblivAeon, so no, it's not worth doing. We can move a card underneath Atheum Cannon, oh my gosh! Knife. I thought it was a card from deck, but it's not. Or it is a card from deck, not from hand, yes. Destroy cards. Nah, no one needs that. OblivAeon is now in Battle Zone 1. Well, that's actually awkward. T-Rex bot! So now OblivAeon's in the wrong battle zone. He's going to add more devastation tokens. We're probably losing this game because we are... Oh my gosh. We're at 11. We're at 12? Oh, okay, he moved back. He moved back. So we are getting devastation tokens now. That's the good news. I will do this one. This makes sense. Oh, shit. That did not make sense. I want to rewind. Also, I hit choose for me, so that's a bad button to hit in an OblivAeon game. Alright, but... Ah, shit, but I'm not getting this now. Well, we have to move. I will take this on. Hopefully this is our victory condition. Discard a card to activate the OblivAeon shard. Ooh, Oblivion itself would be pretty hot. I don't think I'm playing more than one of those, though. Deal 3 to all. Oh, but that kills T-Rex bot. Oh, also... Oh, wait, why am I moving battle zones? What? Because I thought he was still in Battle Zone 1, because I'm an idiot. Okay. No, we get it. We get the objective. I'm just an idiot, okay? Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Now I don't do Oblivion because that hits heroes. I still discard one, though. Do you remember what's on the top of my deck? Because I sure don't. I think it got drawn anyway. By Virtuosos. But we don't have any other means of dealing damage right now other than Oblivion. So we will Heedless Lash. I will discard 2 cards. 1... Ooh. Unfortunately, it's only 9, but this also hits, so that's 9 as well. I'll put that in my hand, but I don't know that I can survive. I could play Mistform and survive them. So... I want this in play before we start beating up OblivAeon in Phase 2. So I think we do what we need to do to kill OblivAeon, and then we beat up Progeny. We don't move to Battle Zone 1. And then next round we play Mistbound, so OblivAeon does not play extra cards, and then we beat up OblivAeon. And next round we'll have Super Mecha Knight. Yeah, so we'll put this in hand. Because the problem is OblivAeon's going to move Battle Zone, so we're not actually going to get stuff. So Heedless Lash, yes, and then we're going to draw this next one as well, so... Scarring Mists, I guess, could be the play off of Heedless Lash or something. Damage OblivAeon. Discard for HP. Misfield Recovery is meh. Alright, we're also drawing off of this. No, we're discarding off this. Well, guess we're discarding the card that draws cards. Awesome. Okay. Citizen Storm. So Citizen Storm plus Progeny are in the way of Kinetic Neutralizer. But Amplified Combatant actually would combo off a lot of these things. I'm gonna... Oh, but we still have True Hero in the end, right? Each hero may deal themselves 2 psychic. Okay. In that case, we'll use an Incap. Incap for extra damage? Yes. Yes? No? Yes? Well, yes. T-Rex Bite is not gonna be able to survive. Well, I guess it's getting 2 HP off Virtuosos, but T-Rex Bite is never going to survive this, so let's put it on Knife. I also play a card off this. Cool. So... not this. Is there a chance of Flawless Execution doing something? I'm gonna put it in play anyway. And then Amplified Combatant. And we still have the +1, nice. And then we'll get the +1 in here as well, nice. Unfortunately, Progeny's Destruction is pretty lame because we're drawing 0 cards. Oh well. I could hit Night Mist to bounce it, but Night Mist would take the second hit, which I don't want. So let's do bottom card. Bottom card, Knife? Sure. Yes. Oh yeah, we have the +1 here as well. Can we survive this? I'm gonna say we survive this. Especially because there's no Scion play. I guess OblivAeon is gonna deal damage. But if we have True Hero... yeah, then that's fine. As long as Knife doesn't die to the environment. So we've dealt 4? Oh, there's 5 right now. Yeah, we see there's 5. So then we hit. We could bounce this, actually. Do we want to? I guess... we don't need to. I think I saved the cards. Oh, but Cursor gets in the way. Damn it! So then I don't actually get True Hero in the end. Damn it! Damn it, Cursor! I should have hit Cursor with the thing. I can... yeah. Did I do it in my play? Amplify Combatant on Cursor so that Cursor allows damage to happen? That's really funny. Oh, that kills Cursor. I think it's a worthy sacrifice. No. Regain. Chronost. I didn't do the things that do constellations. But all these things are basically doing constellations? Yeah. Oh, this was in my hand, right? In which case... meh. Ooh, pillars of things. Yeah, sure. Sure. Pillars of things. Get a card play here. Oh, was the intention I play Mist form so that Night Mist survives? Yeah, I know it changed them. I just wanted to get one of these in play first, but I've been focusing on getting rewards. Because, like, I can get 4 HP off this, and I can get HP on things. Yeah, so there's, like, yeah, there's reasons to do Exodai, but I haven't done it yet. There is damage here. One hero target deals damage, so I don't need to play a damage dealer. This also deals damage, and we're kind of running out of things to do. So... I could just play an Exodai, or Exodai, yes, an Exodai. I'm gonna start putting these things in play so that I can do them. Awesome! I'm just assuming that... Wait, no, I think I want Night Mist to survive more than I want that, because, like, I could redirect damage off Night Mist, but it's only the first instance of damage, and I don't want to run a risk of her dying. We'll just do this. But you can still deal damage. Alright, we're still alive. We're in phase 3. We did get plays off this, so... This... Night Mist can't play a card. Oh no! Those are already in play. What do I want to do? I want... I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I'm just gonna have Tucker play a handgun. No! Hero target with the highest is Night Mist, right? And she's immune to damage. Destroys one hero ongoing card. Can I, like, survive that? Can I possibly survive a ongoing card being destroyed? I don't think there's a reason to use an incap here, because we don't have... I guess we could control the Scion play. Just in case, I don't know. What's left in the Scion deck? Aeon Men... Damage... Move... Doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just use the incap ability. Just move an Elemental Pandemonium. All we have to do is deal 2 damage to Progeny, and this deals 2 damage, so like the rest of this is whatever. This, I don't know. I may play a trick shot. The trick shot I have destroys things, which I don't care about. We will draw a card. If it is a trick shot card, you may put in your hand, otherwise replace or discard it. It's already in my... Oh no, it's not. This was one I searched for. I will leave it. Partial Omni Drone. Things and stuff. Partial Omni Drone is gone. Oh no! Focus of Power. Damage. Oh, knife doesn't get dealt enough damage. We took the Brother sacrifice to prevent some of this damage, and then knife went and had enough damage reduction to prevent it, so whoops. T-Rex bot is gone. Oh no, right! Brother sacrifices anyone? Really? That's powerful. When a hero target would be destroyed or reduced to 0, you may prevent that damage or destruction. Make all hero targets immune to damage until the start of your turn. Okay. So then no one takes damage then. Okay. We want T-Rex bot to survive. In that case, I didn't need to play Misform. I thought it was only Knife that was eligible for Brother Sacrifice, but I think I'm thinking of Bloodstone. I think that I'm thinking of a thing that I'm thinking is a thought that I think I thought. You still have these, by the way. Still, I guess you do have multiple powers now, but you're playing Mistbound. You could regain the reward and play it off of someone else instead. If I can deal with Citizen Storm immediately, that'd be cool. It only hits 1, and it's obviously OblivAeon. Increased damage dealt to and by hero targets. So I could redirect the damage from Citizen Storm back to Citizen Storm, I guess, but that would only do 3. T-Rex spot only hits 1. It would be enough to take out Citizen Storm, but I don't care about Citizen Storm, right? Incapability? No. I'll just regain Cold War. I think we're fine. 17 damage. I don't know that HP on Night Mist matters anymore, but you still have the legacy thing. We want that. So now heroes can be dealt damage. Fortunately, that means incidental contact is not good. It kills T-Rex, but we could bounce it off Night Mist, but that's like only like 3 damage. Just play Battlefield Experience. And then use it because it's a lot of damage, and then that allows for stuff, sure. So we can destroy this because we're not using it. And I am at 0 kilobytes and I've disconnected panic baskets. Okay, my internet's actually dead. It's not a this is not a drill. This is not a drill, folks. It's a real internet outage. My OBS tends to disconnect randomly, but this is actually a real disconnect. So now I need to go onto Twitch, find Handelabra Games. I'm doing this on my phone because I can't do it on the internets. Internet dead. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, hello YouTube. This happened a lot, of course, but it's something that I can't control. Okay, might be back. Looks like it's back. Internet is back on. Hit this button to start streaming. That's a good sign. It's a very red internet. That's not a good sign at all. We've dropped 66% of my frames. Now we're at 0 kilobytes per second. We're at 1500. We're at 500. We're at 2100. 59. It appears that I have a very weak connection right now. Do I have a technical difficulty screen? I do. Seems to be green again. And it looks like I'm live, actually. Okay, yeah, I am live. Welcome back to Dolphin's Dive. Internet did a hiccup, but it's back again. I'm just gonna play another Battlefield experience. Our plan was to destroy this. I guess I actually could have, in retrospect, I did a +1 on damage, but I could have just done a power. This is the only things that grant powers out of turn that we have. I played a bunch of stuff I didn't need to play, so that doesn't really change that. Let me just do this. It doesn't really matter. Feels like it's ages ago that I did this. That's a pre-start a turn thing. Whoops. Pre-start a turn. No in-cap power. Night Mist. This wins it, right? Yeah. So, I mean, puts Voss in charge, but we at least progress to the next stage of the fight, which is definitely better than trying to get someone without the OblivAeon shard to deal damage. So now we do the same thing we did before, except now we do it to Voss. And we don't have a +1 now, which is fine. Now, do I incidental contact? Night Mist would survive and could redirect it, but it's not a lot of damage to redirect. It seems like, I don't think it's worth a big hit, so we'll still play this. Take this out. Play this. Use this. Play another primed punch. Yes. All right. No. One player may play a card. Heedless Lash? I don't remember what's on the top of the deck. Devastating Aurora gets rid of this ongoing card, which is actually going to go off, but you can't play a card, so it just has a devastation token, which is fine. It's better to give card play to Night Mist. Put that in hand, because we need to discard it if we want to do other things. I guess we also have Chronoist. Is Night Mist mist forming? Beep boop. We do have this. Sure, we'll do this one. So constellations can always go next to any target. It's not limited. Okay. Cool. This actually is really powerful healing on an OblivAeon shard target. No Exodai in the trash. No things in my deck. No more damage there. For the greater good. Sure. Amplify Combatant is good. Get rid of you. You're a bad one. No. All right, hey, flawless execution, awesome. Nice. Not doing this on Night Mist. We will do... This gives a card play. We don't win off that though. I think we'll do Prime Punch so that we can still do the thing next turn if we've lasted that long. Knife is at 2, so Knife's probably dying, but it's fine. Night Mist deals damage. Knife is at 5. Virtuoso's was at 2, but now it's at 10. Was that actually... Was that before Tachyon got destroyed? Let's do this. Put this on T-Rex bot. Look at that, T-Rex bot healed. Then get another one. Is there one that said players with constellations next to them can do stuff, or is there... We breaking things? We're breaking lots of things. Warp Halo, yes. Yes, Warp Halo. We don't have that though. Just put them all next to Voss. My Starlights are at 9 HP! Yay! Let's do this. T-Rex bot is at max HP, so he doesn't need that. Who wants to play? Do we really need that mist form? Still haven't figured it out. 17 damage? Can we just do 17 damage? Can we just do it? Is incidental contact enough? It will kill T-Rex bot, but T-Rex bot would retaliate and will survive now. Or actually, I guess I don't have to do the second damage. I think we win. Yeah, we can also redirect Night Mists. No, you can't, because you already hit Night Mist. Really? Why? How did I hit Night Mist already? 1 HP! Flawless execution! Yeah! Wait. Why? That was not the correct order of operations. I guess T-Rex bot is the new knife. I mean, incidental contact, I could also do the second damage. Yeah, the second damage would grow on Voss anyway, so Voss... No, I didn't redirect it. Wait, what? No. I don't know. Flawless execution. Oh, T-Rex bot was destroyed. Okay. That makes more sense. Never mind. I got excited, but no, that's... I was confused because Voss is at 1 HP, but no, that's not what happened. Okay. So T-Rex bot died after all. He was going to survive, but unfortunately he got flawlessly executed, which is a big flaw if you ask me. I don't know English. Flawlessly dying is a flaw. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I'll even take Citizen Storm. I think we're fine. We will Sharp Tongue Voss. Beep boop. The sacrifices of heroes were not in vain, and the lost timelines will be remembered. You have defeated OblivAeon and saved the multiverse. Sorry, that was Tachyon. Yeah. I think that was a close game. I mean, we were down to our last two environments, and definitely, like, we were close to getting rid of another environment with devastation tokens at one point, so it was fairly close. But thankfully, once Nightmas got the OblivAeon shard, we were able to accelerate the game and get towards our victory condition. But yeah, not too many science came out. Only 6 out of 10, I guess, which is a lot, but it felt like it wasn't that many because we were largely ignoring them for the most part. The environments were rather not notable. They didn't really do much. It was mainly like when a card entered play that then got destroyed, OblivAeon kept asking, "Do you want to discard 2 cards to prevent that destruction?" Because we never got rid of the shield. So did lose quite a number of heroes. Actually, I think Legacy was gone early. And I think, yeah, we took out Visionary and then this guy at some point, and then these 3 stuck around for a bit. Actually, I guess Haka and Ra both died at about the same time because of an environment destruction, but we also wanted to flip the shield and stuff so we could actually damage OblivAeon. Tachyon lasted a bit. Tachyon's main contribution was that she was super fast in getting a lightspeed barrage set up, but ended up dying accidentally, which was tragic because she had so much card draw and so many card plays that she could have played like lightspeed barrage in 3 more turns potentially, but she was low HP, so she was definitely a liability. But yeah, victory, and with modded heroes. Not too much modded content though. This hero was modded, I can't remember its name, but it irradiates stuff, and then these 2 were mods. 2 of the environments were modded, but they didn't really last that long. Like the circus was modded, and also I guess the last environment one, which was the Starlight one, which we ended up with a Starlight in play, but we didn't actually combo anything with constellations. Yeah, it's Pyre, thanks. Remote error. Yeah, so that's it. We have defeated OblivAeon again. I don't know the last time I lost against OblivAeon, but we have successfully won. So there we go. But that does wrap up Dolphin's Dive this week. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed your stay. We are live every Thursday at 7 p.m. We are in a weird period right now where most of the world has ended daylight savings, but North America hasn't. So 7 p.m. Eastern daylight time still, but it's 1 hour earlier than most of the world right now. So just bear that in mind. I think 2 weekends from now, the times will be back to normal. Check out the other streams we have on this channel. Every Monday at 5 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another... Nope. Every Monday at 5 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. is Dolphin's Dive with myself. Every Saturday at 2 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays with usually myself, usually John, usually Seamus, and sometimes one of you if you claim the 20,000 Pointalabra reward to be a guest on Spirit Island Saturdays. And every Sunday at 6 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. Sen was the multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. Spirit Island is not on Switch. One Deck Dungeon is on Switch. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. But this was a fun stream. I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you in the future.